So you are a person who is on a spiritual path to discover the connection with our deeper self and with the whole of the universe. So we go within deep, but we also meet that which is outside. And then gradually we come to see that although there is our personality, but what is within is also outside. And that bond that unites us has very much a very deep sense of release, of love, of embracing, in spite of all the pain and difficulties that this life, particularly these days, is confronting us with. So, after many years in the East and confronting many or comparing many schools of spirituality and inner search, what I've grown quite close to, in a nutshell, is a kind of unity between, for example, the deeper Buddhism and the Gospel, Matthew, for example, of Jesus, but also a certain psychoanalysis. But they come together beautifully one day, believe me. So we have a sense of embracing, of all embracing, and universalism and non-discrimination. So let us say that this world is getting rather difficult, and in some sense your life is also becoming very difficult, or rather difficult. And it's very difficult sometimes what it is that brings it on, because this tension builds up and builds up and builds up. There is a problem with people close to us, with the work, with what is happening around us in the world. All of this comes together, and then we start reacting. And this approach of reacting to things and getting angry, that I don't totally put it far away. I mean, sometimes it could help. Sometimes you just need to let go. But when we make it into a way of life, and we do it more and more and more, and we build up this rage within, and most importantly, always of blaming others and blaming the world. So, what many people on this spiritual path these days are understanding, that sometimes an immediate reaction does not take us out of these holes into which we put ourselves. So the ancient Buddhist meditation is very inspiring. We can move on, we can create our own ways. But this beautiful thing, that 2,500 years ago, the Buddha said, when you breathe in, know that you are breathing in. When you breathe out, know that you are breathing out. And the breath starts evolving, changing in a gentle way, just following these very simple words. So what was that like this, it starts going from and although powerful, very alive, but is starting to relax and to calm down and to find an energy which is not so destructive, yet very, very alive. So as you breathe in, you breathe out, and sometimes that's all you need, just to let go a bit and then just move on with your life. Keep creating, meeting people, staying quietly by your own, and so forth. But sometimes there is maybe a feeling that comes too often that needs really looking at. Let's say anger, which is so common. So when I breathe in, I breathe out, and I breathe out. But then it's not that I know that I'm breathing in and I'm breathing out. I know that I'm quite angry. I'm breathing in and breathing out, but there is this anger. So we can sometimes make it more and more and more, but then it doesn't work because it becomes all projection. It's the fault of the world, but it's not yours. So what often happens when this requires looking at, and we do, and when I breathe in and I breathe out, I know that I'm breathing in and out, but then you change and you go, I know I'm angry. I know there is rage. You can say that, or you can just simply be aware. You don't push it away, and you don't at the same time nurture it, nourish it. So what happens is this beautiful dance of this flower, gradually with time, starts to happen, and this anger transforms itself. It becomes energy, it becomes force, but it also becomes a certain joy within you. And I'm not saying it's easy. There are times in which you cannot sustain it, and then you just have to let go a little bit and say certain things, because that doesn't mean you have to repress things. Sometimes your intelligence will tell you whether you need to manifest it or whether you need just to stay in silence. But the important thing when this happening starts occurring is that very often when you don't nurture it and you say, yeah, I'm right, or you don't say, I'm wrong, but you just look at it, that's all, you just see it. Very often the beauty of this amazing lotus that opens is that part of it lets just go, and some of it might show you that yes, I have a right to say no, I don't want this, sorry. But also it shows that sometimes we reacted in an unnecessary way. It was just anger that we have repressed from childhood, whatever, and suddenly we throw it into another person that didn't deserve that fury. It's our past. So as we breathe in, we breathe out, and we become aware of the anger, and slowly it starts releasing, it starts letting go. And this can happen to other feelings, deep sadness and so forth. Sometimes it just starts releasing, just being aware of it and accepting it with a loving gaze. And this compassion is the healing force. And we don't need to know much more, we just stay with it till it just goes. Sometimes it will show you or show us some very beautiful, in a sense, picture of the whole thing was born, how it evolved, and how we can release it. Sometimes I just think, or I just react in a certain way because I think, yeah, I need to be strong here. And sometimes it is correct. But sometimes it's just, I said, no, all I needed to do, or all I need to do, is just to smile and say, yeah, okay, can I help you? And you give that help if need be, and then you move on. And as I said, we have gone back to talk about anger, but I repeat again, it could be about sadness. We stay with this deep sadness, and first it is, I'm sad because so-and-so has gone, has left, or I didn't get what I wanted, mine. And we realize it's no point me holding to it, squeezing it. It's going, it's moving. Just let it be. Express the sadness by all means. Feel it, let it go, and then move on. And sometime in that sadness there is a letting go, an acceptance, a sense of love. So and so has left me for a better looking man than me. So it's like, after all I've done and that. But then you go, yeah, the transformation is be happy, and by accepting your happiness, I feel happy now. So there is this beautiful flower, keeps on just expanding. And it can be from within your heart. And then you just go through periods of quiet meditation, of walking, just meditation, relaxing on the back. It's a very wide subject and a very beautiful and interesting one. So life starts unfolding, it starts going ahead, and then you get the inspiration of what is your path, because your path is not anymore overcharged by all these terrible emotions. And I'm not saying we become totally free of emotions, because this life is quite complex. But we begin to learn ways to be with it, ways to accept it, move on, and then seeing love emerging from it. And we realize in many levels and ways that there is no need to explode. Although it's a difficult one, I admit it, I keep making mistakes even now, but I'm learning. But the main thing is just to be at peace, to be tranquil, meditating others sitting and with your hands together or on your back, relaxing, walking in the park, in the garden, looking at nature. There are so many ways in which you can stay or reach the state of unity, of acceptance of our present moment, and then moving on. So I intend to make a few more videos, a bit more frequently, and I hope to see you again.